I love herbs, and I grow quite a few of them in my garden. Like this rosemary, you can just chop it up, put it in some butter, make rosemary butter, spray that butter all over roasted chicken, grilled chicken, paneer, whatever you like. Basil, extremely good in pestos. Pestos that you can dress your pasta in, your salads in, perfect for the summer. I also grow some chives that I just snip on top of all of my dishes. But there are some herbs that I buy at the supermarket, and I make chutneys out of them. Let me show you my mint coriander chutney. We first need to snip a few leaves of mint, and I just use scissors or my fingers for that. To store mint or any other herb, I normally, when I buy them along with their stems and roots, I will immerse them in about half a cup of water. So like this tin can is filled halfway up with water, and then I put my herb bunch in it, and then I cover it with the plastic bag that it came in. Now I don't condone buying plastic bags or using them, but for this I think they're quite useful. And then you just stash them in the fridge, and they stay fresh for so much longer. I think that's enough mint. It's about half a cup, and I'm going to put it straight into my blender jar. These are of course pre-washed. And next I'm going to snip some coriander along with quite a bit of its stem into my blender. I'm going to add about a cup of snipped coriander. Another way to store your herbs actually is to freeze them. And you can chop them and freeze them as is, or you can mix them with some oils, pour them into ice cube trays and freeze them like that. So I am using quite a bit of coriander here. So the ratio approximately is 1:2. So 1 part mint to 2 parts coriander. And I'm going to cut about a thumb-sized piece of ginger. I like this really gingery. I'll just use the back of a spoon to peel the ginger, and you see that the skin comes off really easily. I always keep a little waste bowl on the side of my board to help me collect all the scraps as I go, and then that way the working bench is always neat. So just going to cut that into pieces so that's easier for the blender to pulverize them later. Right, straight into the blender jar. Next, I will use a few cloves of garlic. Quite a bit according to some people's standards, but these are about 6 large cloves of garlic. I like my chutney very garlicky. And once those are off, I will apply considerable pressure to press down on it so that the peel comes off. Yeah. Then I have 3 green chilies. I'm going to actually start with 2 of them. Maybe this one. And then I will taste it once it's blended, and then I will see if I need to add another chili. And everything really goes in these huge pieces, and you don't have to worry too much about it. And now I'm just going to add 2 spoons of water to help the blender along. One for good luck. Just screw the top. Just requires a bit of encouragement. Just tiny splash. Let's see if that can help us. That looks pretty decent. I know that there are some mint leaves at the bottom, and don't worry about them. They will come into the mix very, very soon. But first, I want to add a couple of spices to it. So now, that's my spice box. And I'm going to start off with a spoon of salt. About a teaspoon. This is also very little chutney. You don't want it to be absolutely salty. Always add less first and then continue and add more. 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder. Half it about, well, let's do a full teaspoon of fresh ground roasted coriander powder. And a pinch really of garam masala. And along with just a tiny splash more of water, I'm going to add the juice of half of a lime in it now. Don't worry if some of the pulp decides to join your chutney. It's more flavor, you want all of the lime. Chutneys are really about, obviously, fresh ingredients, but you taste them along the way, and then tasting along the way helps you figure out if you like something or if you like a flavor or not. Just give it a shake to get those stuck mint leaves to the Alright, now it's time to taste it. Taste and adjust. Alright. It definitely needs a tiny bit more salt and more lemon. And then it's done. The garlickiness is perfect. The gingeriness is coming through. That really warm hit that you need in the summer. Last bit of. That's it. It's all about trial and error till you get the perfect taste combination.